got smoked 4 cam hops. I got smoked turkey.
At the center of what feels like a real-life political drama between Thornton Township and the town of Dalton stands Tiffany Henyard, the self-proclaimed super mayor. Her tenure, marked by a series of giveaways, has shifted from acts of generosity to allegations of publicity stunts, financial mismanagement, and even threats of eviction. While Henyard's time as mayor and supervisor of Thornton Township has been far from uneventful, questions remain. Has she transcended the role of a bold leader, or has she become a political opportunist? Let's dive into the chaos and uncover what's really happening.
Spent the last few days handing out free turkeys ahead of Thanksgiving. But in Thornton Township, the trustees say embattled supervisor Tiffany Henyard.
Thornton Township has long hosted an annual turkey giveaway to support locals in need, and this year was no different. However, the event wasn't without controversy. Let's delve into the so-called turkey giveaway scandal, because apparently no holiday season is complete without a little drama. As Tiffany Henyard handed out smoked turkeys and hams, she radiated confidence, proudly calling herself your super mayor and the people's mayor and supervisor. While such events often serve as sentimental gestures for politicians to bolster their public image, not everyone was on board with the festivities.
Endorsing a new board, but not announcing who they are just yet, instead promising to name them later this month. Henyard is under investigation by
Mayor Tiffany Henyard is facing mounting criticism from trustees and community members who accuse her of using township events, such as the recent EV showcase and turkey distribution, as distractions from Dalton's pressing issues. Trustees Christopher Gonzalez and Carmen Carrell have been especially vocal, with Gonzalez accusing Henyard of prioritizing personal agenda-driven events over addressing the township's real challenges and criticizing her for pushing what he sees as excessive spending plans. The tensions have been further exacerbated by Henyard's ongoing efforts to appoint a new trustee to fill the vacancy left by Jerry Jones' resignation in October, a move blocked by Gonzalez and Carrell's refusal to attend board meetings, thereby denying the necessary quorum. The trustees argue that such critical decisions should involve community input and transparency rather than unilateral actions from the supervisor's office. This standoff highlights a deeper struggle within Dalton's leadership, with trustees striving to enforce fiscal responsibility and prevent hasty, unilateral decisions that could worsen the township's already fragile financial state. The ongoing controversy surrounding the turkey giveaway underscores the broader need for balanced leadership that prioritizes community welfare over personal or political ambition.
Up early because 2 trustees, as you mentioned, did not show up, Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle. Without them, not enough board members were present to make official.
Mayor Tiffany Henyard offers a sharply contrasting perspective on the escalating tensions within Dalton's township leadership. In a fiery 50-minute video released after a canceled board meeting, Henyard accused trustees Christopher Gonzalez and Carmen Carrell of orchestrating a political boycott to obstruct progress and undermine her administration. She described her critics as Judases, alleging they were deliberately plotting to tarnish her reputation and derail her community initiatives. This isn't about governance, Henyard declared. It's about sabotaging everything we've built. She also hinted at pursuing legal action, vowing to expose those she claimed were defaming her name and character. When I go to court, she asserted, everyone will know I'm coming after those responsible for this smear campaign. However, the controversy surrounding Henyard extends beyond accusations of political sabotage and delves into Dalton's financial troubles, where her administration has faced allegations of lavish spending, questionable priorities, and fiscal mismanagement. These concerns have drawn criticism from local residents, trustees, and external watchdogs alike. The township's financial issues have become so dire that former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot was brought in to conduct an independent review of Dalton's finances. Preliminary findings reveal an alarming financial decline in Dalton's general fund, which plummeted from a surplus of over $5 million in 2022 to a staggering deficit exceeding $3 million by mid-2024. This rapid downturn has raised serious concerns about Mayor Tiffany Henyard's leadership and spending practices. A closer look at the township's financial records uncovered a series of questionable expenditures, many deemed frivolous or extravagant. Among the most striking examples were excessive charges on the village's credit cards. covering purchases ranging from routine items to high-end goods. One particularly shocking incident involved a single-day Amazon spending spree totaling over $4,000, along with transactions at retailers like Target and Wayfair. These expenditures have ignited outrage among residents and trustees, who accuse Henyard of misusing public funds for personal or non-essential purposes instead of addressing the community's urgent needs. Critics have labeled her financial management as reckless at best and outright corrupt at worst, warning that the village's resources are being squandered. As essential services go neglected, frustration continues to mount in Dalton. "We're watching our resources vanish," one trustee remarked, echoing the sentiments of many residents disillusioned with the administration's apparent disregard for fiscal responsibility. With crumbling roads, unrepaired streetlights, and underfunded public safety, the community is left questioning whether Mayor Tiffany Henyard's priorities truly align with their needs. While Henyard defends her expenditures as necessary for community development, critics remain unconvinced, pointing to the rapid depletion of the village's financial reserves as evidence of mismanagement. The growing financial crisis has intensified calls for transparency and accountability, with some trustees advocating for an independent audit of township transactions. Amid mounting criticism, Henyard's administration finds itself at a crossroads, with the mayor determined to defend her actions and reputation while facing increasing pressure from political opponents and disillusioned constituents. As the controversy unfolds, the future of Dalton's leadership remains uncertain, leaving residents anxiously awaiting solutions to the challenges ahead.
To hear these things or to kind of see some of the receipts that appear to be connected to it, and I think the taxpayers really just...
Mayor Tiffany Henyard has sought to downplay concerns about Dalton's financial crisis by unveiling ambitious initiatives, including a proposed 100% property tax refund for local residents. Henyard claims that millions of dollars have been allocated to this groundbreaking program, which she touts as a significant source of financial relief for the community. However, the plan has been met with skepticism from both trustees and residents, who question its feasibility and sustainability. Trustee Christopher Gonzalez has been especially critical, citing the lack of detailed planning and transparency surrounding the initiative. "Where is the money coming from?" Gonzalez asked, emphasizing the absence of a clear funding strategy. He noted that implementing such a large-scale program would require meticulous preparation and a well-defined financial blueprint, neither of which, he argues, Henyard has presented. Critics, including Gonzalez, view the proposal as a politically motivated ploy to boost Henyard's popularity ahead of the next election, rather than a genuine effort to support the community. The initiative has sparked heated debate over Dalton's financial priorities and leadership direction. The proposal for a 100% property tax refund has sparked widespread debate, with many residents questioning its practicality and long-term impact. While the idea of a full refund is appealing on the surface, concerns about its funding have deepened mistrust in Mayor Tiffany Henyard's leadership. Critics argue that without a transparent financial plan, the initiative could push the township further into debt. Trustee Christopher Gonzalez has highlighted the alarming depletion of Dalton's financial reserves, which have dropped from a $5 million surplus in 2022 to a deficit exceeding $3 million by mid-2024. Given this financial decline, residents and trustees are demanding answers about how Henyard plans to finance a multi-million-dollar tax refund without exacerbating the township's fiscal instability. The lack of a detailed funding explanation has fueled speculation that the program is either unfeasible or reliant on misappropriated resources. Some residents have expressed suspicions that the initiative is a distraction from deeper financial mismanagement within the township. "This sounds too good to be true," one resident remarked. "If the township is already in debt, where are these millions coming from?" Without clear answers, many view the proposal as a desperate attempt by Henyard to divert attention from Dalton's ongoing financial crisis. Mayor Tiffany Henyard's push for a property tax refund has been viewed by many as an attempt to win public favor rather than a well-thought-out solution to Dalton's financial woes. Trustee Christopher Gonzalez has raised concerns about the administrative challenges involved in implementing such a program. He pointed out that the initiative would require substantial logistical coordination, including establishing eligibility criteria, processing applications, and distributing funds. This isn't something you can roll out overnight, Gonzalez warned, noting that the lack of preparatory work suggests the program is more of a campaign promise than a feasible policy. The debate over the property tax refund has only widened the divide between Henyard and the township's trustees. While Henyard continues to promote the initiative as a transformative solution for Dalton, trustees remain unconvinced. They are calling for greater fiscal responsibility and transparency, arguing that the township should focus on addressing its existing financial challenges, such as repairing infrastructure, improving public safety, and restoring essential services. As the controversy surrounding the proposed property tax refund unfolds, Dalton residents are left uncertain about the township's future. Many are calling for an independent audit to assess the true state of Dalton's finances and evaluate the viability of Henyard's initiatives. Meanwhile, the growing distrust between Henyard and the trustees continues to stall progress, with both sides locked in a battle over the township's financial direction. The central question remains: is Henyard's property tax refund a bold vision for Dalton's future, or is it simply a political maneuver designed to divert attention from the township's escalating fiscal crisis? Without clear answers and a transparent financial plan, skepticism continues to grow, leaving many residents to wonder if the promise of financial relief is realistic or just another empty campaign promise.
Public funds for something that taxpayer dollars shouldn't be used.
The lack of transparency surrounding Mayor Tiffany Henyard's leadership has raised widespread concerns about her unilateral decision-making style, which many critics describe as dismissive of opposing viewpoints. Trustees have accused her of excluding them from important financial discussions and frequently announcing major initiatives without prior consultation. Trustee Carmen Carlisle recently stated that this approach has created a toxic atmosphere within Dalton's leadership, with board meetings often devolving into shouting matches and sudden walkouts. She doesn't want monitoring. She wants control, a local Dalton business owner remarked. I've lived in this town for decades, and I've seen leaders come and go, but I've never seen anything like this. They'll say whatever they need to in order to get reelected, and we're the ones left holding the bag. This dysfunction has left residents frustrated as essential services and programs remain in limbo. Many are skeptical about whether Henyard's property tax refund proposal will ever materialize, or if it's just another flashy promise with little follow-through. While Henyard's initiatives may sound promising, many residents believe that without solid execution, they are just more unfulfilled commitments. While Henyard's initiatives may sound impressive on paper, they often lack the planning and substance needed to make a real impact on the community. One example is a proposal to offer a $5,000 income tax discount for everyone when they file, which lacks concrete details on how it will be funded or implemented. Another critical issue is public safety, or rather, the absence of it. The appointment of Durhan's new police chief, Burge, has raised significant concerns as his certification expired in 2021 and he has not completed the required training since then. According to the Illinois Law Enforcement Training and Standards Board, Burge is not qualified to serve in the role. Despite this, Henyard pushed through his appointment, infuriating both trustees and residents. Many community members have voiced their displeasure, viewing this as part of a broader pattern of underqualified hires and poor management within the police department. Trustee Kiana Beller even declared the appointment unlawful, vowing to challenge it in court.
From federal entities. Those entities, as we know, can take anywhere from 2 months to 5 years. So we feel this.
Mayor Tiffany Henyard is now facing personal legal troubles, adding to the growing list of controversies surrounding her leadership. Jenna Toll, Henyard's landlord, has filed an eviction lawsuit against Henyard and her boyfriend, alleging that they have failed to pay rent since August. According to Toll, multiple attempts to resolve the issue amicably have been ignored. Toll, who initially viewed Henyard favorably and felt pressured to rent her property to the mayor in 2021, now deeply regrets that decision. What started as a seemingly promising rental arrangement with a high-profile tenant has turned into a bitter legal dispute. Toll claims that Henyard and her boyfriend not only stopped paying rent but also changed the locks on the property without permission, preventing her from accessing her own property, an action she describes as blatant. Jenna Toll has expressed frustration over Henyard's disregard for the terms of their rental agreement, emphasizing that the couple's actions have left her feeling powerless and exploited. She described the experience as both financially and emotionally draining, noting that the missed rent payments have caused significant financial strain. Initially optimistic about renting to the mayor, Tall now believes that Henyard used her position of influence to manipulate the situation, leaving her in a difficult position. The eviction lawsuit has attracted public attention, with many Dalton residents questioning the integrity and financial responsibility of their mayor. Critics argue that if Henyard cannot manage her personal financial obligations, it raises serious concerns about her ability to handle the township's finances, which have already been scrutinized due to questionable spending and budget deficits. Tall has been vocal about her frustrations, calling out Henyard for her failure to honor the agreement and highlighting the broader implications of her financial mismanagement. Tall has described Henyard's behavior as irresponsible and unethical, warning that karma will catch up with you eventually. She emphasized that all she wants is the rent payments owed to her and urged Henyard to take accountability for her actions and meet her financial obligations, rather than using her position to evade responsibility. The ongoing legal dispute has further damaged Henyard's public image, with some residents seeing the eviction case as part of a larger pattern of financial mismanagement and questionable decision-making. The situation has also sparked discussions about the ethical responsibilities of public officials, with many questioning whether Henyard's personal conduct reflects the integrity expected from someone in her position. As the lawsuit progresses, it is likely to continue attracting attention, potentially affecting her political standing.
Stories new at 6. Embattled Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard is mounting a re-election bid.
The eviction issue is just one of many scandals surrounding Henyard, adding to the growing list of controversies. Despite the mounting criticism, Henyard remains defiant, recently announcing her bid for re-election with confidence, even predicting a landslide victory. Federal investigators have reportedly questioned her opponents about her spending in both Dalton and Thoron Township, and detractors have accused her of misusing township resources for personal gain. As frustration with the current situation grows among residents and trustees, Henyard issued a statement insisting that victory is certain, claiming, "They know the truth, and I am committed and determined to continue fighting for my village for the next 4 years." Public meetings have become increasingly tense, with heated arguments and, at times, police involvement. During one recent meeting, a resident criticized Henyard for prioritizing her own safety over addressing community concerns. "Did we hear any plans regarding safety with the new police chief? Did we hear anything about guns?" the resident asked, suggesting that Henyard was more focused on protecting herself than on protecting the village. Even some of her supporters are beginning to question her leadership, with one commenter on social media suggesting that several police officers should be arrested and that the Dalton Police Department should be dissolved, calling for the sheriff to take over. Tiffany Henyard's actions have sparked growing frustration among Dalton residents, who believe she is using public events to manipulate the police and protect her own image rather than focusing on the community's needs. While federal investigations into her conduct could take months or even years, Henyard remains defiant, defending herself and accusing her opponents of spreading false information. In a fiery Facebook Live rant, she declared, "Why are you not listening to me in my life? You only hear one side of the story, but you never hear from me. This is your super mayor." Despite mounting accusations of corruption and public unrest, Henyard remains determined to maintain control as the 2025 elections approach. Critics argue that she's prioritizing her personal reputation over the township's well-being, while Henyard continues to insist she is fighting for her community. With the growing opposition, the question remains whether Henyard will hold her position or if the mounting controversy will lead to her downfall. What do you think of Henyard's decisions? Is she a fearless leader, or is she abusing her position for personal gain? Are her critics playing politics or fighting for real accountability? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this unfolding drama.